YouTube? We are back with some more commentary. We are continuing our series of the Terrier Cup matches that we recorded over at Dean's Dugout this past weekend. For those of you who either aren't familiar with the Terrier Cup format or just like haven't had a chance to go to them, you essentially pretty much bring any sort of green deck. It can be, depending on your locals, like pre-constructed or sealed, whatever it may be. But basically, like, we're going to be seeing a lot of green over this next week as we see some like spicy green lists come out into play. I'm joined here by TJ, the highwayman, or the cooked man, however you want to call yourself now.
I'm the cooked highway pinhead. That is my official title. It is on my license.
Okay. But we are here commentating a kind of an interesting matchup here. We've got Bill on the left playing like the straight up starter. I believe he just basically cracked the box and said, here we go, let's go. And we've got Anthony here who, per his usual, has cooked up like a pretty spicy like Herc Kabuteri Insectoid hybrid fusion. Pretty interesting list.
For those of you in the Discord, I believe he posted it in
He did.
So if you're curious about it, it's in there. You can look at it if you see this video and you want to see that list.
Yeah. And speaking of the Discord, it'll be linked in our link tree down below. The link tree itself also contains links to our Twitter, our Instagram, our, like I said, the Discord, the TCG player affiliate, as well as our YouTube membership. And lastly, today is the final day for signups to go live for our box tournament. So please, if you have yet to sign up for it and you're planning to play, make sure you get your signups in. We do want to get kind of logistics finalized for everybody. So please, be timely on that. That is our one request. But for those who are planning on participating, hopefully it is a fun event. We will be getting logistics out to you once we kind of settle things down after these signups finalize. But that being said, thank you all for tuning in. And without further ado, let's hop right into the round over here.
I'm excited to see Bill play green because when Bill first started showing up to the shop back during the old days, the fair game days, he was playing like Insect. Like, I think that was the first deck I saw.
That was the first deck he
Bug.
He was playing the Bancho Sting.
Yeah, so it's gonna be cool to see him play green again, and I'm interested to see that from what Anthony cooked up, what we saw in the Discord. It did look pretty good. Like, reading through it, he's very, very good at his crafting. He's good.
He's really good at finding things that synergize and things that you would not expect to synergize. He finds ways to like miraculously like make them mesh. It's very fun to see.
The new Terrier and Lobsters are so cute, so good.
Yeah. I think here players are just kind of waiting for time to start, and I think they've been given the green light. So Anthony kicks it off. He goes in from a Modimon to a Lopmon, and then just hard plays one of the new Terriers. And Bill responds. I believe that is a Gummy going into a Lopmon. And he also responds by hard playing a Terrier. He's got a couple options here, it looks like, in his hand.
Effect.
Yeah. And then we see him just Evo in the back into... Remind me his name again. Levigo, yeah. And Wendigo, basically, on play when Digivolving, allows you to pop a body, I believe.
Oh, who is he? Okay. So, yep. Bill's going to use the Terrier effect to drop the EX2 Henry for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then go into Antila in the over the Wendigo there.
Interesting.
Let's see. So Anthony, I'm so excited to see what what lists come up with this too. I'm also really excited for the Magnamon that comes with
the starter decks. That is a really nice card.
I'm excited to see what Jose is going to cook up with the armors. That's gonna be really fun to see.
We see the Herc Kabuteri come up from Anthony, and then Bill decides to just start chipping away. We'll declare Alliance.
Yeah.
With the Lopmon.
The Terrier effect to drop the Lopmon for 1. I think that Antila also just has Alliance.
True.
Pretty sure. But at the end of the attack, he can play out a level 3 from his trash. He'll play out the Terrier again. Which means Terrier's effect is live, so if he has another Tamer or another Lopmon, he can play it, but it does not look like he has that.
So we see him go into a...
It goes into a Gargomon.
Gargo, and then, yeah, Rapid was a good play. Just Digivolve for 3, and then...
Set up a blocker.
Yeah.
And then he does have, I think he has Mega Gargoyle Ace in hand, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
he does.
He has it right there. So he's ready for Anthony to swing. He's going to.
Does decide to block?
No, the Hercules Commentary suspends.
Oh, just suspends it, yeah.
Evo. And then the Rapid is all turns when it becomes suspended, so it's going to go ahead and
pop a 4K or
on
less.
something, and then minus 4K on security, yeah.
Yeah. Or minus 4K, not pop a 4K. And then now we see Anthony declare alliance, and Bill is chomping at the bits. He does end up go the Mega Gargo Ace, which will allow him to spend up to 2.
Yeah,
so
he
it
can
just
spend a Lopmon and the Izzy if he wants to. But
yeah.
He will now? Maybe he didn't realize.
I think he's just sequencing over effects here. The Kabu does die due to DP, so overflow passes over the memory. I think here Bill's in a pretty decent spot. We've got Alliance swinging for 2 checks, and then we'll just swing. And we'll take game 1.
That was very, very, very clean. That was a good play from Bill.
Yeah.
He, how was he? Oh, I guess he had the Lop and he had the Wendigo. So, yeah, he was plus 2K, so he was 1K bigger than the Herc.
Yeah.
Who was at 13 after the Alliance.
Not
so
bad.
that's pretty good. Pretty good turn. It's cool. It's cool to see also that this starter deck I feel like is pretty decent. So I know it's an advanced deck, so it's supposed to come with decent pieces, but I feel like a lot of these cards synergize much better than like the Beelzemon advanced deck, for example.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the structure decks just in general are not usually great. But Beelz's, while it was better, it definitely still felt like it was like lacking synergy. But because there's so many other Terrier pieces already pre-existing, and they kind of have the idea that they want the deck to be able to use Alliance to play out bodies for free, kind of use Lop and Terrier's lines like in tangent with each other.
Yeah.
It's cool that like they were actually able to kind of like use proper, like older cards as like proper support for this rather than just trying to make something work.
Right. And it's also just nice to see, like, I think from at least from our perspective, as well as probably for our viewers' perspective, just a straight up starter deck, you know?
Yeah, it's refreshing, and I think this will be good too for people to kind of just get see some green, kind of get an idea of how these decks work. It's a change of pace. This is like we're only doing like there's the day before this video, and then there's gonna be one more for the Terrier Cup. After this, it's probably gonna go back to normal locals, I think.
I think so, yeah.
We just wanted to still provide some content to you guys and mix it up a little bit by showing some green stuff. Anthony hard dropped the Cabo Terry.
Yeah. That's right. I think if I remember him mentioning this in the Discord too, he did say that like he felt like his hands were a bit like clunked with his top ends, which I mean, looking at his list, I can definitely see that happening. A little bit unfortunate as well, because I think his deck does suffer a little bit from, I guess what the best way to put it probably would be like sort of like being stuck between different types of archetypes, you know?
Archetypes.
Like it's not like Machine where you can kind of piece things together and that's what you want to do. You can tell that Anthony is a very much so a Machine player with how he builds his decks, because everything is very toolboxy.
He likes one-ofs. He likes one-ofs and he likes toolboxes.
Which in theory sounds great and can definitely pop off. I just feel like outside of Machine, some decks do tend to suffer a little bit where you just end up not seeing the pieces you need in the right scenario.
Yeah. It's also hard because like while they're generically like good support, like the new Terrier and Lop, Insect is also very specific with it wanting certain stuff in traits, right? So like that's why like we don't really see Bug pop off until BT-16 with Tyrant Kabuteria and whatnot.
Sure.
Also Hercules Kabuteria, like it's a good card, but it lacks the ability to really like pull, like to play like defensively enough to survive, or like push for game well. So it's just sort of in a weird spot.
It's kind of like stuck in the middle.
We do see Anthony making some plays. He does go into a Stingmon. Let's see, BT, the BT-2, BT-3 that Stingmon is. BT-3, yeah. And then uses the training to go into the Mega Kabutery, and then we'll go into Hercules Kabutery.
Yep. Oh, and then hits the giant missile, I believe it's called.
Yeah, so suspends one, bottom decks another one, and then one of the suspendeds do not unsuspend.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Honestly, it is like it is probably the new best like removal green option. It's sort of an option that was like needed, I think, because green like before it was like Grand Soul.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that was a removal option, and that was kind of rough.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah, this is just generically good. Suspend something, bottom deck something that's suspended, and then something that's suspended can't unsuspend. So it's just such a good card for the cost, and it's worth the cost too, I think.
I agree. Because I know you can make the argument that like you can try to make Grand Soul like a 6 cost as opposed to an 8 cost, but I just feel like for what it does, like this is it's worth it.
It's 7 to, or yeah, it is. You're right. It is 8 to 6. Why did I think it was 7 for some reason? I don't know. Ignore me. Yeah, so we see him using the Wendigo effect to pop one of his level 3s to play out the Terrier. So he popped the Lotmon to play out the other Terrier, the Structure Deck Terrier. And then
the double Typhoon allowed him to play out another Terrier to search.
Yep, 10 pieces. Looks like he's lacking on level 5s. Yes, that is the current issue.
We can see a rapid play. Yep, for 3, but unfortunately that's about it. The Kabu ends up living.
Kabutery putting in work.
Yeah.
Boy's been living.
Big guy.
he's been out there fighting wars, working on the trench. Man hasn't seen home in 3 years. His wife left him 2 of those years ago. She didn't wait.
Well, that got dark real fast.
Yep.
My man about to get squashed. No, not like this.
No, he's hurt. He's Kabutery, dude. He's big. He's strong. He'd never get crushed.
Never. I think Anthony here is sort of just kind of thinking about what his next best play is, because it's arguably kind of rough. He's got 2. Oh, okay.
Okay, Super Shocker.
Nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea what Super Shocker does.
I believe it suspends something, and then can't unsuspend or something like that. Let me double check. It's been a minute since I've read that card.
Okay, well, I mean, we do get this
level 6 or lower Digimon. And then when your Digimon with Insectoid trait gets +3 KDP until the end of your opponent's turn.
Ooh, okay. So he's able to probably swing over the Wendigo at this point.
Yes. Which I think
Bill's gonna choose to block.
So
we can Armor Purge, and then Anthony plays out the promo Kuaga.
Here's the interesting thing. Rapid actually would have lived because it would have -4 on the Kabutery when it became suspended.
Right.
So it would.
So technically, it's still 4K, and Rapid was 7.
It would have knocked the Kabutery from 8 down to 4.
Yeah.
And then Rapid would have killed it with a block.
Interesting. We do see a Cherubi in Bill's hand, which could be an interesting play here.
New Cherubi's pretty good.
Yeah, Cherubi I think is a good play here.
Which he will go into.
He's just reading over what he does so he can sequence his effects out properly. Yep. Nice.
So he deletes 1 level 4 or lower Digimon, then he may play 1 green or purple level 4 lower Digimon card from his hand or trash without paying the cost. And it has Alliance innately. So he just pops that promo, Kuaga.
Speaking of which, Kabutery, big guy, still there.
That's true. You can just play out the Gold Rapid. That's insane, actually.
Which is if he has an ace in hand, that's an ace target, and it looks like he does have an ace. So
I thought he was going to go into the Mega Gargoyle Ace there when when Anthony swung.
We see Anthony here proc the double Typhoon to play out a Terrier. We see him go into a Stingmon, then go into the Mega Kabutery. We'll have the ability to swing.
Yeah, because the Modimon,
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
Oh.
a turn of your Digimon as Insectoid trait, it can swing. And
Yeah.
the Mega Cowboy Terrier's effect lets him Digivolve into an Insectoid trait Digimon for the Digivolution cost, I believe. So he'll swing, he'll suspend the Gold Rapid.
Which then allows Bill to pop the Terrier.
Yep. He'll Alliance using the Cowboy Terriermon. Swing into that, do his checks.
And then gain memory.
Yeah, I wonder why Bill's not using his ace card.
I was gonna say he could have probably aced through on top of the rapid. Unless he's not aware that you can ace from a rapid.
I guess he wouldn't have had the DP. What did he have as the inheritable on that Wendigo stack?
I don't think it would have been enough, but I feel like you could probably ace over rapid, no?
The Herc is 13. So he just needed to go over. I mean, either was fine. He would have either crashed. I think if he went over the Antilamon stack, he would have. I think he had a Wendigo, and then he had one of the starter Terriers or Lops, which gives plus 1k. I think. I could be wrong. I think Bill's not. I don't think Bill's used Ace too much though, because I think the only deck that he's used that has Ace in it really is Yellow Vaccine, and that normally doesn't come up too much with like Ace evoing.
Because you're honestly either digivolving or just hard playing them. You're never really like Ace evoing.
Yeah, that doesn't come up too much usually.
But it looks like we have a swing with the Alliance mechanic from the Wendigo, right?
Who's reading the Inheritable, which is the EX4 Terriermon, which I believe when it says when this is from suspended, it gains extra DP, I believe. Or it can Digivolve. Oh, one of your Digimon can Digivolve when this is from suspended as part of the side effect. That's what it was. For the cost, if I remember right. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure that's how the whole thing works.
So just Alliance for 2 checks. So Kabuteri, yet again, big man living for now.
When Alliance suspends one of your Digimon, this Digimon will Digivolve into a 2-color green Digimon card in your hand for the cost. Okay, so he was check. Okay, I see what he's doing. Yeah, which because the other stack also has the Terriermon from EX4.
It's a pretty interesting board state here. I think I agree. I think I probably may have utilized the aces a little bit earlier. But at the same time, you know, rapid unsuspending is pretty nasty. So the board is negged 4k.
Well, only negs 4k to one thing. It's the security to get.
Oh, yeah, okay. The security is negged 4. I forget who he chose to. Plays out a Lotmon to put him to 0 memory. We'll attempt to swing with the Herc. We do have Alliance here. Seems like going to be 13k for 2 checks.
It's going to be 14.
14 because a Lotmon inheritable, yeah.
So this is where it probably would have been. No, I guess.
Well, he could still ace, no?
He
could still ace.
Bigger earlier too because he had Alliance, so I guess that's why.
There we go.
Ace, actually.
There we go. So we ace Evo.
This time to, yeah.
Suspend a Tamer as well, and then restand. And then the check should still go through, though. Correct?
I believe Anthony was swinging at that stack, though.
Oh, okay. Which could still be fine.
Like
I mean, you end up giving more memory. 4 memory to Anthony. Check does go through. But
I believe the Herc has piercing.
Yeah.
Off of something.
But here, Anthony can't go hybrid or anything like that. So at this point, that's fine for Bill. And he's got 3 bodies on board. Anthony does not have a ace target, you know?
Yeah, Hercules does give himself... does give himself piercing at the start of the turn.
Yeah.
Start of the main phase, rather. So, Bill's debating. Bill could just start swinging for the fences, yeah. Like, I mean, that is 2 security. He's got 3 cards on. He's got 3 Digi on board that can all swing. He doesn't need to Alliance. He could just swing, chip away.
Right. The only thing you would be scared about is hitting that, like, option card that would potentially ruin your plans. But honestly, that probably would just end up being game for you. But this one, I feel like you just... Okay. So we swing...
Okay, it's gonna swing Alliance with the goer, so it'll gain the 5k, so it's 12k.
I feel like
checks.
it's risky. And you got Herc, Kabuteri, Ace, I think.
Anthony is ready to Ace Evo. Yeah.
Or Mega Kabuteri Ace, yeah.
Mega Kabuteri Ace will die. They'll gain more memory. It would pop the Lop when it became suspended. That's something he could have resolved before. It wouldn't have popped the Hercules Kabuteri though, so he still would have had the target to Evo anyways. Play that Terrier, grab a Henry. Debating on other cards. We'll also grab the Gargomon.
I feel like here the Alliance was a little rough. Oh.
If he can clear the Hercules stack.
I was gonna say you could also just Mega Gargo Ace, no, and just keep it suspended. Because that's how it works, right? Like if you target that, then it just you can
keep it from
unsuspend,
unsuspending, and then it'll have 2 blockers on board to stop the 10.
Right, and then you could potentially suspend the Taiga as well, so take away that hybrid
DP
potentiality and the DP
Also
gain.
True. Well, the Mimi and Joe would unsuspend.
True.
So the hybrid potential is still there, but even then, as long as he has 2 blockers, I think he's
Right.
still pretty okay. Because none of the green hybrids like suspend on Evo right away. They all.
I'm pretty sure he also has.
Taiga.
He has another Mega Gargo Ace in hand,
Yeah, he does.
so that could easily
Piercing
go over the
won't-
Rapid as well.
Piercing won't win the game.
Oh,
so
no.
It hits another Taiga. That's fine, I think. We'll have Lop go ahead and swing. With a Tento. I see what he's thinking.
Yeah,
He's looking at that option. Okay, he will do it for 8. Bottom deck that, get rid of the stack. So now.
Oh,
And it looks like Anthony just scoops, or is that turns?
I'm not sure. I guess we're going to game 3. Which
does Tentomon suspend? When he pushes up by suspending one Digimon, one of your Digimon with the Insectoid trait gets +2 KDP until the end of your opponent's turn. But I mean, if he did that,
unless Bill forgot that Mega Gargo.
oh, I guess he'd be 5k because of the Taiga, so he wouldn't die if he suspended the. Well, the Rapid would stay suspended. I guess he could suspend the Mega Gargoyles after pushing up the Tento. But if Anthony swings and has that gold Rapid on board, he could still go into the other. So I thought he had a second Mega Gargoyles in hand.
He did. I'm wondering, going off of how Bill's been playing, I wonder if he just doesn't realize he can Mega Gargo off of the Rapid.
Yeah, you know what? That's true. Yeah.
I think he's probably kind of tunneled into, like, it's not a level 5. I can't ace into a level 6.
Yeah, that could be it. Because he definitely, I don't think it was over by any means. I mean, there was only the Tentomon there. Like, sure, Anthony had a lot of memory, but unless Anthony cleared the gold Rapid before doing anything else,
like, I think Bill honestly could have easily gotten that with that play.
Yeah, Bill could have lived that and still probably been able to go for game on the turn after. Well, anyways, here's what it is. These things happen.
We do see a game 3 where Anthony's got a pretty good start. He establishes his top end pretty early, pretty quickly. Is able to get rid of Bill's sort of like thrown out level 4. Security does end up hitting a Willis though, so good tamer setup for Bill, but unfortunately until he hits a rookie, this may be a bit of a tough situation.
Yeah, he didn't have the chance to really start building a board, and that Hercules Kabuteri is gonna be able to do some mean work. At start of main phase, just suspends an opponent's Digimon and then can gain piercing for the turn, so he can just.
Yeah.
If Bill hard drops anything,
it's just gonna get
Anthony
swung
can
over.
Just keep suspending and piercing through it.
Yeah.
Does find a rookie, it looks like, so that's good. Little Lop.
I feel like this point you just build your line and stay in the back until you're ready to go.
I'm gonna go for 2. Wait, yeah, Anthony's definitely in a really good spot here. We'll go in Tila. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Tento comes out. We'll swing with the Terrier for... Oh, no, sorry. We'll... Yeah. Do... Herc, Kabuteri swings. We'll live. We go into the Dokugamon, which there's no target right now, and it ends up just passing turn with a Taiga. Bill gains memory off of his Tamers. So it does go up to 5 memory. So decent amount of memory to work with. He can definitely pull off shenanigans here if he wanted to, or if he has the right pieces. And he's looking at it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
He's looking. Oh, no.
Mega Gargoyle first. Oh.
I'm wondering if you're just worried about passing over too much memory, because by going into the Mega Gargo, you would end up putting Anthony to 7, but I feel like that is okay, because there's not a whole lot he can do with one suspended body on board. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. He still has the potentiality to ace, like straight up ace during Anthony's turn, so we'll see. But I agree. I almost feel like I would have aced and then played the option card.
Locked down the Tento and the Taiga, played the option. Even if it puts Anthony to higher memory, I would have done that to further lock his board down. So there's no hybrid option. Tento can't do anything else.
Especially with a board lock, it just is tough.
Which he can suspend anything. And then Dokuga wouldn't have been able to
do anything
either.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too about the last game is that the Mega Gargoyle Ace has reboot, so he would have restood with that, and then also still would have had the Gold Rapid.
Yeah. I think just another byproduct of like all of us learning the deck. Yeah.
Even if the Tento suspended, yeah. I'm just thinking about it more. I'm curious as to how that. I wanna hear the reasoning. I'll have to ask them later.
So we see Anthony starting to do some things. Yeah, a lot of hybrid pieces, and then we'll go into
Rhino Kabuteri.
Yep.
Rhino Kabuteri on
and he can go ahead swing into here. Bill has the opportunity. He's thinking about it, but I think will he do it? No.
Yeah, he will.
He should, but I don't think he does.
Oh, well, I guess he gains +3 KDP somewhere, so he probably gets +3 KDP.
So it would die, but you lock down the Tamer and the Dokuga. But I think even then, I think Bill's realizing that at that point, like, his body's gonna die anyway. Yeah, and even if you get rid of the Kuaga, like, there's still too much gas going on right now.
Yeah, Anthony was just too quick to start, and Bill was missing pieces early.
Yeah.
Still good games. Still very good games overall. Very interesting interactions. I do really want to ask Bill and/or Anthony what happened in game 2, because I'm like, it looks like, I mean, maybe I'm guessing it's probably what you said. Just chalk it up to where Bill probably just didn't realize that he could use the Gold Rapid as an Evo target for Mega Gargoyle Ace when Anthony swung.
Right.
But it's still cool. I am actually really enjoying watching these Terrier decks, like Terrier mechanics in play.
Yeah,
very, very fun to watch.
It's I think, especially this being a straight up just like starter deck, like it's fresh out of the box, I think it is very nice to kind of see how the line and the archetype works sort of at like base level. Obviously there's going to be decks that optimize it, upgrade it, and kind of fine tune it to somewhat of a more capable or more viable, as we kind of saw with what Jarrell was doing with Mega Gargo in the last round. But I do think it's nice for us to kind of just see at baseline, like, what this deck does, what the new mechanics are, how the archetype wants to kind of bring its pieces together. And I think it's really interesting. I do like it more and more, like you said.
Yeah, I think the starter is very, very coherent. So I think it's definitely, like, it's probably a deck that if someone was going to get into Digimon, I would recommend it to them, just kind of watching it in play.
And you get those nice, cute sleeves, too.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, that does wrap it up for this particular round here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We will, like we said, have one more round from the Terrier Cup, at least from Dean's Dugout. Our locals at Sully's this week is sort of a TBD right now, so we may end up getting more green stuff for you. We may end up just doing more sort of like post-ban format, so stay tuned for that. But like I said, thank you all for tuning in. We really do appreciate all the support. Please do feel free to check out our socials down below, along with the information for our box tournament that, again, will be closing later tonight by the time of upload. So please sneak in that last minute sign up if you do plan on playing and have yet to do so. We look forward to having you guys. I think it'll be a fun time. And yeah, without further ado, we shall catch ya on that flippy flip. Bye bye.